Okay.
So what I need you to do is just introduce yourself, who you are, and what class you're in.
I'm Mike Royce, and I was in 767 Delta 2.
How'd you end up at Fort Eustis in OCS?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was drafted.
It's a common theme.
Yes. I was actually from Los Angeles area, but I got a wild hair and decided to go to Detroit. And lo and behold, it didn't take them more than about 2 weeks to get me. I signed up and everything, and they had me in right away. So went to Fort Knox for basic training, and then got the crew chief MOS to come down here to go to school, and it was fantastic. I loved it. I loved that school. That was my introduction to a real school. It was 6 months long, and when you came out, you did know something about helicopters.
So, what was your impression of the OCS program?
Oh golly, it was sort of rugged. They kept picking on you, so you learned how to get some armor plating around yourself, or you didn't survive. So, yeah, no, the program, I grew up. It really did turn me from a boy into a man. And there was nothing, I've never seen anything else like it. It was beyond. And then, I mean, the kind of assignments I got was crazy how all this stuff sort of kicked in. In Vietnam, I had one of the little assignments I was given was to get a little railroad up and running again from Cam Ranh Bay to Dalat. And I got to work with the station master there, and we cooked up stuff, and I'd get some people to come in from engineers once in a while to help out, and he did his thing, and lo and behold, we got the railroad up and running, and called up the local battalion that they wanted to get there, so they loaded it up, and by golly, they made it without getting blown off the tracks. And so that was definitely Transportation Corps. And then when I first got there, I was involved in unloading a bunch of LSTs and stuff that had landed in Cam Ranh, the beach. And so, and then of course they had plenty to do with helicopters over the course. And I was end up being the cargo ATCO at Cam Ranh Bay. So I traveled around a lot. Unfortunately, a lot of that was on C-123s.
Yeah, there were better ways to travel.
Yeah. So it was awesome.
So, you actually applied just about every class you had here.
Exactly. That was crazy, I thought. So, you know, the good news was I don't recall having to shoot anybody along the way. I got shot at a couple times, but managed to come out without any bullet holes, so it was all good.
How long were you in for? Did you just stay in?
Almost 7 years.
So, do you have any stories from OCS that you share, like at reunions or
Oh, golly.
parties, the ones that, you know, like,
Those probably can't be repeated, most of
Yeah.
those.
just one would be good.
Oh, well, one of the things that you always wanted to do when you were in OCS was escape. And so I had a good friend, he's now passed, but Schumacher. And Schumacher was a woodworker. And I fancied myself to being a semi-woodworker. So he and I got to go to the wood shop on the post, and we made various and sundry things for the company and our platoon. So that was my escape hatch. And yeah, it seems so long ago, but that guy he was a great classmate, and yeah, like some others, he's gone.
Do you remember much about the TAC office officers and,
My TAC officer is also gone, Loomis, and yeah, he was a hell of a guy, and so I decided to get married along the way, and he gave me some special counseling.
did it stick?
Oh, well, I don't know about that, but he always thought his counseling was good. Yeah, no, and yeah, I've lived most of my life on the West Coast, and as it turns out, most of the class are East Coasters or South. So I found out that one of them, Blue, is living in California. So I haven't hooked up with him yet, but I'm going to. So it'd be nice to have a continuation. So one of my classmates, Bill Roderick, came out to California and Oregon to do some hiking, I guess. And so he looked me up when I went out there, and I've tried to stay in touch with him ever since. We've been corresponding and whatever. I really appreciated that. Part of it is you don't know who you don't know, right? So that'll be good. There's a lot of names and things to pick up from this reunion.
So last thought, you do form a bond with the guys that you go to school with and serve with, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing like it. It's been 55 years, and so a little bit is a little sketchy, but the longer you talk, the more you get to know. It's like, oh yeah. So, very happy that I decided to come back. My wife also is happy to be here too. So, we've had a good time.
I don't know that we've had someone